Sonic News.
The Wolf Bunny are questions from me allowed? No.
Super.
Never.
Effective. I am SSF. I pull my finger, please. Please? No? Screw you. I was polite.
Welcome to Sonicland.
Live from the magnificent state of Virginia, here's your host, the news dude of Sonic Paradox, Sonic Sega fan, 1991. And there we are. Hello everyone, and welcome to, for the first time I think, this year actually, I think, when was the last time I've ever done a Sonic News Show on Sunday? Usually it's been on Saturday lately, but yeah, welcome to probably the first Sunday edition of the Sonic News Show this year. There's a lot to talk about. It's, of course, you know, quite a bit to talk about in terms of Sonic News, and, well, I do believe I have some companions here. Although I think one of them is eating up on ice cream still. Am I right?
I think one of them is very silent.
He is. He's just enjoying his ice cream.
Is he having ice cream? Well, that's just not fair.
Yeah.
That's disqualification. Until the other guest comes back, hi everyone, I'm RChange UK.
Yeah.
You may remember me from such shows as Every Show.
Yes. Now, including this one.
Yeah, I've got to keep up being on every single show. I'm sure I'll be on the TSSZ one when that finally comes out.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, the fun that's going to be seen from that show.
Oh dear.
But yeah, our fellow companion that we're waiting on, who's currently eating up his ice cream after a fun day of trolling, is still, well, he's still eating his ice cream. But it is Jay, aka Discoponies, who does a show that I unintentionally named my show similar to. Totally unintentional. Yeah, because, you know, Sonic News Show, the Sonic Show, totally not, you know, totally not intentional.
In fairness, he's slightly more naughty because he uses the initials TSS.
True. But then again, if I were to use the initials for my show, it would be SNS. Saturday Night Sega. From Radio Sega.
That's true as well. Plagiarism everywhere.
To be fair, though, I never really initialized the show. Abbreviate it, rather. But yeah, we have quite a bit of stuff to talk about, but I guess it's better off just to, apparently I think Pete's going to be, watching in a second, I think. Not sure, but if he is, he is. He did tell me he was busy, so.
I see.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Pete.
Whenever he's able to join in, watch, he can join in.
Awesome.
But yeah. Well, I guess it's safe to say we got a few people here. Like I said, I'm just gonna shut up about that. I've said that multiple times now. Moving on. 6 viewers isn't bad. Not bad for a show. Well, average show at least. Especially because the stream's not actually that well known, surprisingly. Like, despite all the people that have streamed and how long we've had the stream, not many people go to this. But I think it's partly due to how late I had the show. I'm probably gonna have to change that. But anyway,
When you missed the European audience, the clocks have gone forward here as well. So it's the clocks went forward this morning, I think it was. So we're now on to British, back to GMT, British Summertime, I don't know, whichever one it is, but it's an hour later. So it's actually 1 o'clock here. In the UK, 1 a.m.
Yeah, it means it's still 5 hours ahead of me because we went forward an hour a couple weeks ago. So,
yeah, there's like a 2 week difference, isn't there, in terms of when everyone moves around.
yeah, that could be another pain in the ass during those 2 weeks. So you would think, oh, we have a daylight savings. I guess the entire world goes along with that.
Yeah, so some have variation of daylight savings, some don't, and those that do will have it at different times. So what's really fun is when you have like it waxes and wanes between a 2 hour gap.
Yeah.
As some hang on and then others move forward, and it just increases sort of double for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently during this time the world actually expands and contracts in size. That's
almost
like, I don't know. Those are always one sort of constant.
So basically, around this time every year, the globe gets an erection when it expands and contracts.
Quite possibly. Yeah, it happens around Italy.
Yeah. Boy.
Although if that's the world's erection, it should really go see a doctor because there's something wrong there.
Yeah. Moving
anyway,
on.
Sonic then.
Yeah.
And Sega.
If we don't move on now, Jay's going to be on here, and he's going to be talking about that topic a lot more than we really need to. So,
global pingers aside.
Yeah. Global penis. Yeah. So I guess we may as well get to what has been really a lot of news on Sonic 4 Episode 2. And I guess that's expected since the game is nearly going to be supposed to be out within like a month or two, assuming actual date not known yet, but
yeah, isn't it like I think what people touting around May?
Yeah, it sounds to me like everyone's kind of leaning towards May as the release date. And there's been a few rumors going around that been rumors going around about just about everything, but rumors have been going around that apparently May is supposed to be the release date, sometime in mid-May.
That would make sense. I wouldn't expect them to release it in I wouldn't expect them to release it in April for the fact that we're actually coming up to the end of the financial year. So the new financial year for companies, which includes Sega, will begin on April 1st.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes on in that period of time, and it's not there's a bit of it'd be a weird time to release a game like immediately as the new financial year launches. So that's what I'm slightly more inclined to believe it would be May, if it is as close to being complete. And judging by the amount of footage that's coming in, it seems to be more or less there. That's what would suggest to me anyway that owing to the amount of completeness, it would probably be more May.
Wait, I don't think Sega would announce a game and then like the game's release date a month in advance either, because usually they announce the actual release dates a lot later than that. Like,
we've had a couple in recent times where it was like, well, there's a game, it's out now. I can't remember which one it was, which took everyone by surprise. It was like, what? You've not mentioned this ever before, and now all of a sudden it's out. They're getting a bit lax on that with digital titles. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that hard to go, there's a game coming out.
I mean,
the other thing is that they themselves may not actually know.
Yeah.
At the moment. And that is probably going for a lot of testing to make sure that everything looks okay, and people don't get really upset about anything like physics.
Yeah.
You know, Tails has got an extra tail in certain places, or
Yeah.
Sonic is turns green and can stand on ceilings or anything like that. So they themselves will actually know, because you've also got to fit it into a slot with Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
as well, so...
I'm sure they're going to announce the release date at some point, like... I wouldn't be surprised, like, within the next couple or so weeks that another trailer's going to come out, or maybe a press release with the actual release date in it. Because I think at this point, it's just... There's no point in holding the release date anymore. Because, like, we already know it's coming out in spring. There's no question about that. The problem is, there's not really a whole lot of time left in the season. Like, so, it's not a huge window.
Yeah. I actually don't think they've actually got that much to talk about for it as well. I mean, it's pretty much the case of where we've seen it. We know exactly what it looks like. We've got a vague idea of how it's going to play.
Speaking of that, that was part of the topic. All the concept art and the footage we've seen in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I mean, it's done them wonders for getting the game out and about there, but I don't know. It was like all these. All we've actually really seen is the apart from the actual main trailer showing the gameplay footage. All the footage so far has been on the mobile version, which I know isn't much of a difference nowadays.
Yeah.
But that is actually the only one we've seen. It's all been off screen, and we've not really seen anyone going at speed or full tilt through a level yet. So they've been. I think this game's really turning into a Sonic Generations repeat, where we're seeing a lot of one level, like. Kind of like what happened. It's kind of like what happened in Green Hill when we first learned about Sonic Generations and the first few levels in the game. They really, really, really poured in on the footage of Green Hill Zone. And as much as it was great to see new footage, it was starting to get a little repetitive after a while. Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of these ones where there's two reasons for the situation with Generations. Number one is that is the level that non-Sonic fan gamers will recognise.
Yeah,
it's the most iconic. It's also the one that will have been finished first.
It's
very simple as that. So you can get the most out of it because it's the more finished article. So later levels you may not be seeing simply because they are perhaps still working on them. Also, I think the assets from Xbox a while back, before we had the recent gameplay trailer which actually showed off all the levels, we had the Xbox.com update which blew everything with because there is screenshots of every single level. I think they probably intended to go, okay, we'll have a concentration on one level, second level, third level, and then a bit of fourth level. But that kind of went out the window of that, and now it's a case of, well, we'll do stuff as and where we can.
Now it's a case of, well, we'll...
Yeah, it's kind of, well, I think Jay may have returned.
Yeah, it's kind of,
I hear the stream echoing.
He may have returned. Yeah, it's kind of,
it is him.
Yep, there. About time you return from your ice cream, man.
It's him. Yep,
there. You might want to mute the stream because you'll be able to hear what I'm saying through the Skype call anyway. So.
You might want to mute the stream because you'll be able to hear what I'm saying through the Skype call.
It's
just so good you've given it to him twice.
Yeah.
It's just so good you've given it to
You might also want to actually speak. That'd be brilliant.
I heard him mention something.
There's shuffling of things.
Oh, Pete's here too.
I heard
Every day he's shuffling.
every day.
Didn't I say a Sonic Shuffle?
No, we do not speak. We do not speak of the awful Sonic Shuffle.
Yeah. To be fair,
Actually, it could well be a Sonic Shuffle because obviously Jamie hasn't spoken yet, so clearly there's massive load time involved in for him actually doing so.
I blame the ice cream he's having. I blame the ice cream he's having for the stream section that's going on right now.
I blame the ice cream.
It's a little known fact that Jamie was actually the influence behind Chip Sonic Unleashed. Jamie was actually the
Well, good to see that everyone can clearly hear you guys.
Yeah, it's nice to hear via him that our recording, our voices sound okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Our voices sound okay.
Bearing in mind...
let's wait for him to get over his brain freeze. Hello to Pete.
Hello.
Let's wait for him to get.
He's not going to be here for very long, unfortunately, because he's got lots to do, but I'm glad he was able to take a little bit of time out of his busy life right now to be in the call.
Who, me?
Yes.
I've literally just finished. I just called it an end because you said you wanted me.
I've literally just finished.
He was making you sound really generous and with your time.
Alright, I'll go with that. That's fine, I'm sure. I mean, I didn't know you'd stop the whole thing, but all because of me. That is generous. I mean,
I was only doing PvP on Warcraft. It's nothing major. I was just in a Skype call with like 4 other people.
so you were in World of Warcraft, and Jay was eating ice cream.
Yes.
My life now suddenly seems dull by comparison.
Not really. Aren't you like moving all the things?
It could do a bit slightly more duller, actually.
Yeah, Jerry Coley, you would only recognize my voice because you hear my voice all the damn time on this stream. Whereas, Kevin and Pete and Jay, you don't really hear them often.
To be fair, I've only been on this stream once before.
Which was back when this last Sonic 4 Episode 2 trailer came out.
Yeah.
When we were all bamboozled by a Jet Set Radio trailer.
I wasn't bamboozled by it. I paid no attention to it because it's Jet Set Radio.
That as well?
No.
Was I just plugging it? I can't remember.
You maybe.
I don't recall, actually.
I might be in the as well. I was in the chat room. That was it.
No, you were in the call. You were in the call for
Oh
the
yeah,
first
you
half,
dropped
and
because
then
your internet was poo.
It
yeah,
still is.
Yay!
because I thought it did disconnect you at one point before we started the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The Jet Set Radio thing was fun because
It's
was
Jet Set
either-
Radio. It's Jet Set Radio. It's a cell shaded Tony Hawk's game. Why does everybody like this game? Please explain to me the logic behind it.
I don't know. To be honest, I've never really played the game. I mean, I've heard of it for quite a few years now, but I've never really played a Jet Set Radio game.
Can you also tell me the logic of how it can be a HD game when it's cell shaded? All they've done is they've upped the resolution a tiny bit and allow it to be played in widescreen. That's not a HD remake. Wow.
God, you hear it.
Yeah.
Never played it either.
It's HD. Yes, you've redone the text.
Didn't they also add in the skip feature from what I heard?
Apparently so.
I don't know.
Their generosity knows no bounds.
Yeah.
I really, really dislike this whole new generation of let's re-release our games but make it so they're different and call it HD when it's not HD. If you're going to go to all the effort of doing something called a HD remake, at least redo something different about the game.
Actually, do you remember this? Because actually going back to the Cartoon Heroes again, I seem to recall that when they were doing it, it was like it's the original. And we've made sure it's the original whatever Saturn graphics. Well, that's not HD then, is it?
Oh no! Oh yeah, no, I remember. Because I actually saw somebody live stream this from Guardian Heroes the other day. Didn't they give you an option for original or remixed graphics? Don't they?
Oh God, do they?
Yeah, and you can have original, remixed story or character graphics or whatever. I don't know. I'm not an idiot to waste Microsoft points on something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not even really like. There's not that many games I'm actually intending to get. And you're gonna see my Twitter for a moment here because I'm checking my tweets.
Shall I tell you what's coming out this year that I'm interested in?
Of course.
Yeah. Diablo 3, StarCraft 2 expansion, World of Warcraft expansion. There's my life for the entire year. It's just gone.
Yeah.
Gone into a massive descent into blizzardness.
Pretty much. May 15th.
Just
May 15th, I'm gone.
camp there.
Apparently, the Wolf Bunny on Twitter is asking me, "Are questions from me allowed?" Apparently,
Wolf Bunny asks questions a lot.
he does.
Who is Wolf Bunny? Is it a wolf that is also
Wolf
a bunny?
Wolf Bunny asks the Sonic Rex account a lot of questions. Most of which is when does X person or X game have an official account for something? Funny enough, I don't know.
Oh man, now we know what happened to Jay.
You mean you're not the universe behind everything? You don't know everything?
That's what he's doing. Is he uploading something?
Yep.
No, apparently Jay's mic and headphones aren't working.
His mic clearly was working because we could hear everything that was going on.
Unless it just glitched up on him, and that's why we suddenly couldn't.
Wow. You know what? It was probably that kid that's saying
that stole all his internets.
Yeah.
Yes, all Jay's internets belong to this kid.
Apparently. Gems.
Well, anyone deserves ice cream after a full day of going after a. Wait, live now? What? He's live. Wait, I think he's streaming the show on the Sonic Show stream. Where is it? Oh, look at that! Oh, that's cool. He made a plugging of the show right now. Jay, I asked, how did you get that compiled so quickly?
He's not in the call.
Is he?
The show over the show.
He's dropped from the call.
Either he must have exited out of it himself.
There he goes.
Oh well, I mean, he tried. I mean, I can't blame him.
Technically, you're still okay because you've still got two special guests.
Yeah.
He's right. I am incredibly special.
Yeah. So because some are more special than others.
And plus, now you can pretty much confirm that you've truly been on every show.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been on the Sonic Show actually.
Probably. Why haven't you been on the Sonic Show?
You're not missing much.
I haven't been on the Sonic Show. I haven't been on Turbo Drive Live. Haven't been on the Sonic Hour. I haven't been on a lot of things.
Actually, I don't think I've been on the Sonic Hour or Turbo Drive Live, but I know Turbo reasoning behind why Turbo hasn't been on. Doesn't do guests. He just doesn't really care for guests, and even when he doesn't like there was technical difficulties that happened with the whenever he did have a guest, which was I think one time, and he'd rather have them pre-recorded. So in other words, he's very strict when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I don't think Turbo's available to be in the call anyway, and I'm sure he doesn't want to be in the call.
He's probably working tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think he's still in the middle of moving or something like that, I believe.
Oh, is he moving, is he?
I believe he did say he was moving the last time I heard the SonicNews Show. Jeez. The Turbo Drive Live. I believe.
Turbo Drive Live on a Saturday?
No, no, last week, like, the 16th of March.
Starting a trend.
Well, he was online on Friday. He did do a TDL on Friday.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way by looking up at, going to my Twitter and seeing he was live, 5-6 hours after he had finished. Yeah. And I have 16 viewers, which is probably the most views I've had for this show since mid-time last year.
So, what other news has there been? Boom,
Yes.
I suppose.
Hasn't it been a really slow news week?
Yeah, which is why it's really been kind of difficult to talk about a whole lot lately, because it's just been there hasn't really been a whole lot to speak of, but yeah, there was another thing. Apparently, Sega is not planning on doing another Sonic 4 episode.
Well, no, I'd say they'll see how well the sales from episode 2 go.
Yeah, and even if they don't, I don't think anyone would care either way. Like,
To be fair, if they did go and say, we're going to do Sonic 4 episode 3, everybody would go, so this one's going to have Knuckles in it then, yes? And he will be tricked by the Eggman. Again.
probably.
Well, let's be fair, the first mainstream game, like the canon game that Knuckles was in, Adventure, he was instantly tricked once again by Eggman.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming a real... It's kind of predictable now.
What we need to do is sort of bait and switch and have one of the games where Knuckles is the person that actually gets it, or gets the scheme or whatever's going on behind the scenes straight away, and everyone's like, no, and then Knuckles is proved to be right.
No,
That's the only way they're actually going to really undo that.
No, what they need to do is they need to go back and make him a badass again. Let's be fair. You turned on Sonic 3 and it's like, I want to be that guy! I want to be
He is a bit of a pussy now, let's put in fairness. I mean, at the end of Generation, she gets backslapped by Amy into a tree and basically KO'd.
Spoilers? God.
I think we would play the game by now anyway.
That's really a massive spoiler by this point.
I figured by now, I think everyone's played the game by now, or at least have seen the cutscene, so...
Plus, it in no way affects the game.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know? I could have played Generations just to see what happened to Knuckles. And there's a thing that's actually just cropped up. How many? Because didn't they got all the new voice actors for Free Riders, didn't they? At Free Riders time, didn't they? And then
it was
well at Free Riders time, not for Free Riders, for Free Riders time. And then we've had what games since then? Generations, which still hasn't had the entire voice cast as well.
Colors. Although that wasn't the entire voice cast either. That was just Sonic and Tails.
3 of and Eggman.
Well, Eggman was Mike Pollock, which wasn't really a new voice cast, to be fair.
No.
But I mean, didn't Mike reconfirm that he had to
Yeah, he had to reapply.
But we're still. The voice is not anything new to us.
My point is have they actually reaffirmed voice actors for some of the cast that haven't reappeared yet?
So I missed it.
Like, does Big the Cat have a new voice actor?
Yes.
Even though he hasn't appeared in any game.
I actually confirmed this. Way back when, and this all happened about 6 months before Colors. But every character, and I don't mean every character, has a voice actor now. They went through it and read all of them and picked them all at the same time, even if they weren't particularly going to use that. Also, Big the Cat does have a voice actor because there was that thing about the person recording lines for Big, and then Big being cut out of the game.
Right.
So he does, but every character has some form of voice actor, even the ones in Generations who didn't really say much, or and the ones who aren't currently active in terms of being used that much, but still have one. So I think, for instance, I think Marine has one.
For all we know, even Froggy and a Chili Dog are gonna have the voiceovers soon.
No, I'm pretty certain I don't remember listening to Chili Dog voices when I went through the about them.
Yeah. So basically, we could theoretically have all these new voices for Chows. You could have the really manly butch.
There is a new Chow. There is a specific Chow voice.
Chow.
Oh, look, Jay's back.
Hello.
Oh, look.
Hello.
He's speaking.
You prefer some alternate Eggman voices, believe me.
Okay, Jay,
Very
did you enjoy?
interesting.
Oh, go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we get to some of the alternate Eggmen.
Oh.
Well, there's a guy who made Eggman sound like he was about to keel over and die.
Yeah.
It makes that Eggman sound ridiculously old. One was like really stereotypical English.
That would have been amazing.
English version is like he should be twirling his moustache all while he's talking.
Isn't that when they declined that? Did they just give that voice out to the Shadow then? Is that why he's so James Bond-esque?
I think they might have, the people who actually made the final decision. They probably wanted for Shadow mystery and coolness. And you say James Bond, but he is of course a secret agent, isn't he now?
Well, yeah. Sorry, Doritos, yum. But then when you think of American style culture, you would have thought they would have done Shadow in a more Jason Bourne style.
Yeah. But it
Can you actually imagine the new set of Shadow
games?
games? The Shadow Ultimatum. That'd be amazing.
Shadow, oh god.
And I just...
The new Red Hedgehog cartoon coming soon.
The Shadow Identity. Oh my god, it sucks so well. Sucks so well.
Meanwhile,
Anyway.
I'm currently making another tweet. Go ahead, Kevin. You want to say something?
No, I was kind of done. But it was after all that. It was after all that nonsense where I basically went back to them after listening to all the Eggmen and going, "No, seriously, please just get Mike back."
Were you still there at that time? No.
Yeah, I was involved in the process of actually
Of
picking.
course you were. You're actually in Free Riders credits, aren't you? Because you.
Yes, but before that, all the voice actor stuff I was involved in sorting it out. I was actually one of the people who had a say.
Yes.
So it's the big thing was me vetoing Tails, which was a bit ridiculous because I was completely overstepping boundaries. It was like, oh, we want this guy, and it's like, no, because it sounded the tales that they were thinking of sounded like Heroes' tales, and I was just like, no.
Yeah. But
it's like, think again.
But note to self: when I'm trying to spell the Sonic Show, I'm gonna make sure it's not spelled as a show. Like I misspelled.
Yeah, that's quite an impressive spelling.
Yeah. The show. Apparently, it's a show about a show.
I should have called it that. Damn.
Oh, there he is. Jamie.
It is. It may contain
He's
ice
stealth,
cream.
Jamie. Stealth, Jamie. Clearly, all
I'm sure
invisible in
there's
this show.
I'm sure there
Well,
will be
I was going to question because you just tweeted that you, me, and Pete were on the show, and I was like, lies. Lies. You clearly were not. But it is good to hear you. Hello.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got your mic and headphones fixed, and that you finished your ice cream.
Yes, that's why I was late, because that was more important. Sorry. Ice cream is better than anything.
Ice cream over you.
And then I plugged in my headphones, and then there was no noise, so I had a stress. Now it's all fixed.
And then you beat up a small child.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
As you do, yeah.
Usually at work.
Especially when they upload videos of Sonic 4 that they took from you.
No, it's when they think they're clever, I think is the idea.
Yeah.
Well, they've uploaded another video just now.
Really? Please tell me it's a reply to the one you put up today.
Well,
That'd be so
for people
funny.
who don't know, some innocent, shouldn't be picked on child of gender, I don't know, used one of the videos we posted and then re-edited it to pretend that they had been playing Sonic 4, because I know Sega are quite bad for leaking stuff, but I don't think I've ever known to leak games to 12-year-old kids. Maybe they did.
Well, did they give any justification as to how they were playing it?
No, they just said they have it on their PC. Of course, obviously they're the only person in the world to have this. Anyway, so they upload this video, and I posted a comment on there saying, "This is fake. You can see the watermark of the Sonic Show. You're covered up the official Xbox magazine watermarks with your own. That's a bit silly. Maybe you should rethink this." So, and then they posted a video response and deleted my comment saying, "No, it's real and you're lying." So I made a video today basically saying why they're an idiot. And they then replied with another video again saying, "No, I'm still lying and that my evidence was altered and doctored to prove my point, because apparently I had the time to do that." And now they've posted another one just now, because someone said in their recent comment, "Alright, if you want to prove that you've got Sonic 4 Episode 2, actually film some footage that isn't in the Sonic Show video." So what they've done, which is amazing, they've taken a screenshot from Sonic 4 Episode 2 and pasted over it a GIF of the Sonic idle animation from Episode 1 on top of it. But it looks so obvious, and I'm not going to link to it because I don't want this person to get any more hate, because it's not fair on them. They're just young. It's not their fault that they're idiots.
I'm sorry. Given the chance, I'm quite sure that if any one of us had done the exact same thing at that age, we would have been rinsed and utterly destroyed.
That is true.
But bearing in mind that when we were 12, the internet didn't properly exist.
Well, I'm not going to post it for the benefit of Skype. I'll post their new evidence if anyone wants to inspect it. It's all quite sad, and I'm more of a no, it's the wrong video. Sorry, ignore that link. This is the correct link.
I love that though. Video not took from the Sonic Show again for the third time.
The second link is yeah. If people have been following it on the Sonic Show, they'll know who it is and all that. But I posted a message to them saying,
"That's amazing." Sorry, YouTube said so. What the fuck?
The important thing to remember is I'm 24 and I should have just ignored it and not responded. That's the end of it.
Meanwhile,
but Kevin wasn't around to tell me otherwise, so it's his fault.
Clearly.
Yeah, it was all my fault apparently.
Kevin is the granddad of the Sonic community.
Wow, blurry camera for the win.
Hang on, whoa. Granddad? I think I said dad. Thank you for putting me like 30 years older than that.
In terms of the Sonic community, you're near death, so...
I say that. I'm only a year behind him. This is bad.
But you were there from the start. So, you know.
Well, me?
You were there when the community began! You were like one of those apes that crawled up to the top of the hill and saw the black monolith of Sonic's coming.
I though, because I started SW in 2004, and no one paid any bloody attention to it until 2006, where it swept all at the Sonic Site Awards. Thanks for asking. There's, and then we became somewhat relevant.
And then what?
And then I wasn't in a, and then I said things, and then people didn't listen, and then no one cared anymore.
Isn't that always everything? I said something and you didn't listen.
Yeah.
Didn't listen.
It's like Sega. We said things and you didn't listen.
No, it wasn't. This keeps going. I keep getting things saying, what do you think about this? And it's like, I don't care.
But they're saying things and
What's
you're
to do
not
with me?
listening!
What's going on with Summer of Sonic? I don't know. What's happening with this game? I don't know.
Why don't you
I don't
know?
care. I'll find out when you guys do.
Why? I don't understand. What's changed? Nothing's changed. Has it? Is this
Who
Mrs.
knows?
Houston?
You decide.
Have you left? I don't understand. What?
Next time on Survivor Sonic Community.
Kevin, I thought you were Sega. I don't understand.
God, can you actually imagine that though? If there was like Survivor Sonic, I'd just leave the camp, and then 2 weeks before the end of the show, I'd just come in of a night and just murder everyone. That'd just be what it'd be.
Wow.
Gruesome. Are you sure you've not mixed up with Lost or something?
Yeah. What you actually don't know is there's a hatch, and Tristan is living inside the hatch.
Clearly.
Tristan's actually
How else
controlling
is he
the
getting all
entire
the
thing.
juicy gossip from the Survivor Sonic Community show?
So we now know the truth.
Because he's tickling their balls. Okay. What's the age
Is
rating?
Jamie writing this down?
Yeah, this is all brand new Sonic show material.
I think so.
That requires too much production and effort on my part.
What? Just a picture of Tristan.
But why would I do that when I can just make any meme and stick Kevin's face on it instead?
So when do we see Shadow the Hedgehog 3 then?
Never.
Oh.
It'll be, December 22nd, 2012. Now.
I'll give him. He'll actually have to stick to something. Someone will find this recording.
We'll never Jib Jab do another video that lends itself to Shadow.
Exactly when.
After the world ends, come join Shadow the Hedgehog 3.
I'd rather the world end, to be honest.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I was looking everywhere a moment ago for where if Jay was in the chat. I'm looking everywhere, and then I see Disco Bum in all caps. I'm thinking, yeah, there we go. I now know where Jay was. That was seeing the word Disco Bum right there in all caps. Yeah, I'd say that's
why
you.
did I name that?
It occurred to me you used that name once before, back when there was that Sonic Show and Sonic Paradox, like a dual stream, that last one, which was like late last year, I think. Back when I was streaming Sonic Adventure DX, I believe. But yeah, someone was asking for Sonic news earlier. Okay, here's your Sonic news. Fantasy Star Online 2 is coming to PlayStation Vita. There you go. There's your Sonic news. No.
Technically, that's right. Because
Yeah.
if you don't think there's not going to be a Sonic involvement in that, you've been living
There's
in
always
some
a Sonic
kind of
involvement
sealed
in every
boot.
fantasy game.
Yeah.
Some sealed boot with a hatch.
Does anyone? Do
Tristan.
people still? Do people still care about Final Fantasy? Phantasy Star?
People would
That's-
care more if it was coming to the West, I'll be honest.
I don't even think... Is there really any of us that care about Vita, let alone that game?
No, because we're not rich philanthropist journalists.
What I don't understand about the Vita, right, is the PSP came along, everyone bought one, and then they didn't make any games for it, and then no one gave a crap anymore. And I don't understand what is remotely different this time round. What are they? I mean, they released another high-tech machine.
It's just the graphics of it, bud. It really is. It's the only thing that pushes it.
they learned from last time that nobody wants, because the PSP was like, it's a console, it's a PS2 experience.
You say that. You say that, and then they released the PSP Go. Let's remember how much of a flop that was first, shall we?
That's the thing, because that was Sony's approach. Was like, it's like a PlayStation 2 in your hand, and nobody cared. So why are people going to care this time round? I don't. Sony is such an idiot.
Again, it's something that I've been saying for a very long while, and it's when companies go out on a limb and do both handhelds and like mainstream home consoles that they should do a lot more connectivity between the games on the two. I mean, the only thing that Nintendo really does is what still does the Pokemon stuff. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, there've been so many games that they themselves pop onto both the Wii and the DS franchise that they still don't do any connectivity between the games at all, where they really, really could. And
it's just like, it makes no sense to me. And also, what doesn't make any sense is why they're doing stuff like this when obviously mobile gaming is going towards phones, smartphones.
Because I think I think it comes down to a bit of a difference, is that mobile gaming is really looked at like small games instead of like the really big stuff. Even though there is getting towards some of the bigger stuff, like your I forget the name of it now, but that one that Epic Games did, and then some people are following along the same lines.
I think the gap getting smaller, and also I think the way that people just buy stuff now has changed so much that I think nowadays people who've already got a phone aren't going to carry a DS on them as well, and they'll think, I can buy Angry Birds, or in some cases get it free, or buy a game that's going to cost me £2, and that'll amuse me for a week, or spend £40 on a game for a console which I'm probably not actually ever going to use outside. I've got a DS, I've never play it outside of the home.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
So it removes the whole point of it being like a mobile platform, when I might as well just be playing it on my TV.
This is actually a big discussion currently going on between community managers in games about this and the nature of things, and whether or not it does change the entire basis of how things work. Because the thing that, I mean, at the moment, all the games people are playing Draw This or Draw Something or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah, but when did you buy it?
I bought it about 3 weeks ago. Why? That Pictionary type thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, didn't that just literally get bought out based on the hype as well recently, didn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like, it must have been a month or whenever, literally when it came out, I downloaded the free version, and then I wanted to support it because I thought it was actually not bad. And obviously I knew it because we've previously played them, you know. We played Draw My Thing, which is made by the same people.
Draw My Thing.
That name sounds so wrong.
In some instances in those playthroughs, that was pretty accurate, actually.
And then
Draw My Thing.
I find games like that so much more interesting. Other than like Vita can offer Uncharted or whatever, but I prefer a simple game like that where I can like communicate with my friends and like you interact with people you know. Like, I find that more interesting than playing an Uncharted game on the loo.
No, it's true. I mean, the amount of times I've been travelling on the train in the last week alone, and the only thing I take with me is my phone and a book. To be fair, I'd much rather read my book than sit there and play my DS as well.
Okay, I mean, like,
charger.
If I'm going to go travelling now, I don't think, I'm going to stick a console with me as well. I'll already have Minecraft or Draw Something on my phone already, and I'll play that. So, I don't know. The Vita, like, I think it sold 11,000 in Japan last week.
It hasn't sold that well.
I can correct you there. It's not even that. It's 8,000.
Yeah.
So. And I God knows, I don't know what the 3DS figures are, but I can imagine it's
240,000.
It's a lot higher. There was it's a lot higher.
In other words, it's over 9,000.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't.
It's just, I think handheld gaming's going a very different way, and I don't think the Vita's timing is particularly. that when the PSP came out, I remember the biggest complaint I remember people having was it didn't have a second analog stick, and that bothered.
That and memory.
And now they've addressed
that's the biggest. Yeah, that's the biggest problem the Vita has as well. It's my biggest drawback is when I saw it when Sven showed it to me. I was like, "So memory stick, yeah?" And he was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Why? The fucking games are on cartridges. Why can't they just have an onboard save feature like the DS?"
It's because they want to make more money out of. But I don't think the market's there like it was even just 5 years ago. It's changing so much. Like,
Yeah.
and where once games gone, where are they going to buy in the UK at least? Where are they going to buy these things anyway?
The biggest thing where Sony are falling down, and I think it's more a fucking Capcom's issue, is this: give us Monster Hunter in the West. The biggest franchise that's on the PSP franchise, the handheld stuff in the East, and we don't even get it in the West, and it will sell so well. Instead, people are just crack their machines and just fucking play it as a downloadable thing with emulators. Ridiculous.
I was going to say, have they announced that that Monster Hunt thing is coming to Vita, or is it still 3DS only?
It's what you mean? You mean the port of the Wii version with a couple of extras?
Well, it was. I don't know much about the series. I know the 4th installment was announced.
Monster Hunter 3, which was on the Wii, is going to the 3DS with a couple of extra
features.
features.
Monster Hunter 4 then's also coming to the 3DS. I need to Google that.
I know. You've got the Xbox version over in Japan, which is the MMO one. That's not coming to the West at all.
Yeah, that's it. So Monster Hunter 4 is currently confirmed as a 3DS exclusive, which is going to hurt the Vita in Japan.
Yep, completely. But
to be fair, it's a very clever move by Nintendo, because I'm sure they had some involvement in.
Oh, definitely. Well, I think the Monster Hunter 3 alone sold so many extra Wiis. Because you had your die-hard Monster Hunter fans in the West that wouldn't pick up a Wii, and when because they did a whole collector's edition, because I've got that on my shelf as well. Because you got 2 models of like the heads of 2 monsters and the gold controller as well. Then you could just get a Wii with it because it was on the cheap at that point as well, and I think the Monster Hunter fans went rabid for it.
Yeah, I think there's no console seller for the Vita, apart from Uncharted, and maybe some people would like to play Uncharted, but
it's Uncharted though. It's literally Uncharted. I mean,
and not as good as the console version Uncharted, because obviously it's not made by Naughty Dog. So from what I've heard, the storytelling, for example, isn't up to the same level, and for anyone who's played Uncharted, they'll know that you don't really play it for the gameplay because there isn't much of it. So
there's even less now. Where do you want to go? I want to go up here. Okay, well I'll take you there. I have no idea why they showed that rock climbing bit. It was the thing they wanted to show when they were doing demos. Absolutely no idea. But you point somewhere, and you'll go there. Well, okay, that's brilliant. So, what's the skill here?
There isn't.
Because as far as I see, the only skill in this entire thing is having the hand-eye coordination to make your finger hit the Vita.
Well, it seems a bit silly, and like, why does it have a rear touch panel? Apart from, I can just imagine I've never played on a Vita yet, so I just imagine you'd spend a lot of time accidentally touching the back of it and doing stuff.
Every time I hear someone talk about that rear touch panel, it always makes my mind jump to that Penny Arcade cartoon where they're playing it naked on the toilet.
I just got that. I didn't need to see that to get that.
I just now noticed. I find it kind of funny how we were talking about Shadow earlier, and there's someone in the chat with a screen name called Hooray for Fakes.
Okay.
That's high and broken.
Yeah. But yeah, Sonic Dimensions was a hoax. not surprised. And apparently, Azuka wants some consistent Sonic gameplay for the future. You know,
Here's a fact: your next Sonic HD remake is going to be Sonic 06 with the Generations engine. Enjoy.
Would that be a bad
really-
thing?
Probably not. I think I've said this before. I think they could. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact of multiple story archetypes on Adventure 1 and 2, they probably could redo that in the engine as well. But it's just there's so many different playthroughs on that. Would make it
They're not
too
They're not
difficult.
going to do that. So.
No, they won't. They won't retouch stuff like that from the past. They'll just live and let live and just move on.
Because if they're going to remake anything, it'd have to be from the Genesis era, Mega Drive era, so otherwise critics will say it sucks. Purely on a cosmetic.
It'll be chaotic.
No, they won't touch that thing with a stick because then if they re-release it, they'll make it canon.
They have to bring light back.
I think you'll find that Knuckles Chaotix took place before Sonic 1, but after Sonic 2.
You realise that the main reason they won't do it is Mighty the Armadillo, yeah?
it's funny you mentioned Sonic 2006, considering that charity endurance race happened recently, and they raised quite a bit of money.
Yeah, excellent.
That was quite impressive. I did briefly watch that. It was good.
Again, it requires people that are good at playing the game.
Well,
I liked their actual way of doing it, i.e.
Oh yeah,
look, we're playing
donate more money and we'll
Sonic
play
06.
more.
If you give us enough money, we will be forced to do the next story.
Yeah, no, that was really good. No, I did like that. I personally didn't watch it. I was busy, as I usually am in the evening, but there we go.
so yeah, I did like how well they played the game, although they had some tripping points, but considering one of them was new at the game, like I'm pleasantly surprised how quickly they got through that. I mean,
Well, it's not that bad. I mean, if you can actually get through it and not die, the game is relatively quick to zoom through. The only thing that takes the time is the mandatory side quests that you have to do.
in the
Because
world,
it's just the loading times just suck the time out of that game. If the loading screens were like relatively short, I mean they only go up to 20 seconds anyway. But if the loading screens weren't that long and people didn't make such a big issue out of it, and between all this fucking talking between on the actual mandatory hub missions, the game itself is relatively quite short to blast through.
yeah, it's not that hard. And from what I recall, when I originally played the game's storyline, I think I beat it within a day. I know it was a lot quicker than the route it took, how long it took for everyone else to finish. But we also do have to consider that they did take a little bit to let each other catch up in the story. Like at the end of Sonic's story, Ryan was got finished with it pretty quickly, and he waited for everyone else to catch up before actually continuing on. So that kind of took up a little bit of time too. But to be fair, it was for a good cause either way. I mean, it was for raising money for Japan, those still affected in Japan from that earthquake last year. So
I'll be fair. It was a good cause, but the best Sonic live stream I've seen was when they went through all the Sonic games. I can't remember which live stream team did that one though.
Oh,
So it's the one that goes through
How long
because they've
did
done
that
it with
take?
Final Fantasy and all the ones as well. So
I did.
Yeah, the Sonic Marathon guys.
Yeah, point respawn.
that's probably right. But no, that was the best Sonic one because they went through it everything. I think they actually had to give up on 06 because they couldn't do it. I can't remember, but they did all the others. It wasn't that bad. So
I believe during point respawn, was it point respawn or respawn point? I always get that mixed up. But I do recall when that marathon took place last year in 2011. I did actually play Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing with them online for a while. and that actually went kind of well. I don't think I won any races. I think I won maybe 1 or 2, but I still had fun, and I still do have their gamer tag, so I did have fun.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when it comes down to live streams, I mean, that's the thing I prefer. I mean, on a certain level, I don't know, having to force to pay to get people to play the rest of the game seems a bit off on a certain level, but it still raised money for a good cause at the end of the day.
I mean, it doesn't matter what the games are, as long as it's for a good cause. That alone makes the stream worthwhile.
I'm a good cause. Well, does someone want to play a Sonic game to make me some money? No? Oh well.
I'll do that. Next Sonic Show live stream.
You'll make me some money, will you?
Yes.
Yay!
Raise money for
Wasn't the next live stream going to be your wedding, though? How are you going to make money for Pete at your wedding?
Because everyone would chip in.
Wasn't Jay going to be streaming on April Fool's Day?
Yes.
Pete relief.
I will pass
Yes!
around the bird's hat.
I will. Me. If anybody actually makes me money, you will be shot, by the way. I'm telling you all that now, because this is clearly a joke. Clearly a
In
joke.
which case, I will not shoot you if you make me money, anyone. So feel free to do that. I have no issue with that. Or moral.
Yeah.
I have no moral implications for you making me money.
Sonic Show and Sonic Rex monetized videos and watch those.
Yes, watch them loads of times. Don't skip the adverts. We don't get paid if you click skip.
In fact, click the adverts. Click the
To be
link.
fair, I did actually watch the latest Let's Play that went up before the sequel.
Yes.
Yes, I actually watched that. That was quite good.
And my Let's Play particularly hard to watch or something? I actually managed to watch that one. I didn't tear my eyes out.
I did watch. I did. No, because I did start. I did start watching the one where they spoofed the Sonic 2 with the onion rings, and I couldn't sit there and watch that whole video. And
It
then
was because from that video onwards, they revert to doing the normal version of Sonic 2.
yeah, I know, but I just didn't. I couldn't
Tanner,
do it. That was just.
if
I
Tanner's
couldn't do
listening,
it.
that is the derpiest Let's Play in the world. Never mind. But yeah, if people watch it, remember, if anyone ever wants to support Sonic Rex or anyone who has monetized videos, if it's an advert video playing, never skip it. Never.
Yeah, take off your ad blockers.
Basically,
You're
to become a good friend of the Sonic Rex staff, you must get Kevin better internet. That's the way to get into
Well, that's going to be one of the good things about them moving, is that I will have better internet. To be honest, you could not get as bad internet as I currently have.
Because Kevin is currently talking via a cup attached to a piece of string. Which is attached to his local exchange.
Jamie, do you want to ring me up sometime and you can hear how noisy the line is?
No.
Seriously.
Why is somebody linking money values in the chat?
Oh, let's have a look. I don't understand.
I think they're making you money.
If they suddenly make me $9, that's amazing. But
Made
Ew,
it
They're not
think-
as amazing as they would if they made you £9.
I think the person that's listing prices in the chat is the same person who may have done a gameplay Let's Play of Sonic 4 Episode 2.
oh,
Maybe. I need to check.
Kev, I didn't think you actually had a partner on YouTube yet.
Actually, I
not
think
with-
they are.
We're not partner. But
Yeah.
we
You
can
can still
monetize video.
monetize.
However, at the moment, nothing seems to be going through, and I think that's partly because of Sega Japan being dicks.
Yes, Jay, they just said they are.
Oh yeah, I heard that they claimed copyright on a video you.
Yeah, they took copyright on the Shining Blade opening video, which they distributed.
It's odd.
They claimed copyright on about for random reason, and it was like the first time ever on the Rex account. It's like, your account is not in good standing, and it was like, oh shit, it's not out.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. As I said to Kevin before, it's ridiculous that Sega of Japan can put his account in bad standing because he is uploading a video they publicly put out to promote their product. Yet I don't have George Lucas knocking at my door about ripping off Star Wars in one of my videos.
That video was amazing. I don't know how many times I watched that video. That was actually amazing.
I had very little to do with it, but
it's not the point. It was still amazing.
Why didn't they just call you off for copywriting Richard Simmons' exercise videos?
I remember all these.
I think it just proves that in terms of YouTube and monetizing, there's no strict rules. Their guidelines are very fluid, you know.
Let's be fair. You've got to remember that when it comes to actual internet stuff, there is no actual proper legislation for any of it at all. That is why a lot of partners make so much money off of Let's Play videos, like your Skyrim. See, when Skyrim came out, the amount of videos that a load of YouTube partners just plummeted out there, and they made so much money off of it, and there's not a damn thing that Bethesda can do about it because there is no legislation for internet properties like that. As long as
for YouTube use, there actually is. There's terms of guidelines specifically dealing with content coming from various consoles. So there is a Microsoft specific terms and guidelines that you have to abide by in order to monetize for YouTube.
So for the videos I put up, I have to prove that the footage I'm using is in fair use. I have to explain why, but they don't always read it because all my Let's Plays, they say that as long as your video is being used for educational purposes and is being commentated on top of, then it's fine. But for my latest video, it's lots of cut up clips and I don't talk over it at all. But I just copy and pasted the same thing I always do, and they automatically approved it for money. Which they didn't even watch the video.
Why did you send me that text again? Because I cannot get anything approved at the moment.
Because it's literally a case of, this is a video of Sonic Generations owned by Sega. This video I find to be under fair use under your own guidelines. You send a link and they automatically approve it. Whereas before I just put, this is a video, and they wouldn't accept it.
So, Sir Shadow, I actually saw your question. I would, when it comes to my opinion on Sonic 06, I would consider it okay, but I would consider it many games better than that.
What are we talking about?
Sir Shadow asked me if I enjoyed Sonic 2006, and I'm just saying that okay, like I can tolerate it. It's alright with me, but there are many more games that I would find better than that. And
Sonic 06 wasn't that bad. I mean, the biggest thing that brought it down was the glitchy gameplay in places and the oh my god loading screens between the all the side quests and missions. If you actually just stayed like primarily on a story basis, I mean, I don't know, it was alright. I didn't hate the game. I enjoyed it when I played it. I think at the end of the day, if you stick to your own personal feelings on how you play and ignore everybody else's feelings on how the game plays, then you'll enjoy it more. It's personally why when there's a game coming out that I'm looking forward to, I stay away from all the reviews possible about it, because A, it won't ruin the gameplay experience for me, B, and I'll be able to play it under my own steam and enjoy it for what it is. I don't have anybody else's views. I mean, sure, after you've played it, go and see what everybody else thinks about it, but before you actually play something like that, I mean, how many people avoided Sonic 06 in a worldwide scale because they saw all the hate about it?
I mean, in my opinion, I consider Sonic Labyrinth to be the bad Sonic game in this case, and not Sonic 06.
I don't...
Never played it.
Okay, Sonic 06, right? It's not very good. It isn't. Maybe I'm the only one in this chat that thinks that. It's alright.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, dude, your opinion is your own when it comes down to
Exactly.
it. But I enjoyed the music, and the story on the last story thing seemed a bit off. I'll be honest, the actual way that finished off. But the Shadow story redeemed the actual crappy storyline of Shadow the Hedgehog. Silver's story actually built him up to be a character. You know,
I think Silver would have been could have been a permanent addition to the cast. I'd rather have him than like Charmy the friggin' Bee.
I quite like the fact that Silver's a hero, but he's a young hero. He's a flawed hero in a way, because he actually can't do. Well, at the end, he actually can't do. Whilst he's prepared to sacrifice himself, he can't do what needs to be done.
I think that is why I enjoy part of Sonic 06. The Sonic Shadow Silver story, Sonic's was lacking when you compare it to the other two, because I mean Shadow is just general badassery if you look at the beginning and ending video clips for him. Silver builds himself up to be a character. If it didn't have such an annoying voice, would people hate on him so much? It's one of those things. Well, it was a little. It was on the Tails pitch of annoying. I'll be fair.
Yes, I think Sonic's story is fine as well. I mean, it was all pretty much a lot of fluff. You know, save the princess, not much else happens apart from giggling in the field. But which I think is fine, because you want to have serious story. That's what Shadow and Silver are for. Sonic doesn't need to be that. Yeah. I think each story's made sense.
I don't know. For a game, I enjoyed when I played Sonic 06 when it came out. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy it. I think what problems, which I don't think anyone disagrees with, but the loading times obviously do affect it, because a lot of other Sonic games I can return to, but it really breaks up the flow of a level so much that it just doesn't seem enjoyable to play. And then the mechanics of Silver I thought were very good, but a lot of the level design for Silver was quite poor. And just things like that. And I couldn't be asked with Shadow, but it's not a terrible game.
Well, talking about loading screens, I mean, something that comes to mind is Unleashed for loading screens was just as bad. The only reason that people don't pick up anything about it is because the loading screens are animated. You have your switch between day and night are animated, and you know the majority of it you don't really notice it, instead of just a small graphic moving across your screen.
I guess I think the reason that people remember the loading time so much is the length of the loading times didn't bother me. It's the fact that they were in the middle of levels that bothered me.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what I would say? I would say that Sonic 06 isn't necessarily a bad game. What I would say is it is a very, very frustrating game.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly seeing things that you know could be better and you know haven't been adjusted properly. And that's the annoying thing about Sonic 06 is I think people and fans in general can see the potential that was there for it being really good, and it just being so below the bar as to be very unpalatable. And it's the loading screens and the frustration of that. It's not necessarily the loading screens between the levels. It's what's brought home is it's the loading times between the events. And the key one that I always remember is when you're doing one of the town events and there's a person. So you start the event and there's a loading screen, and then there's a message from a general random town figure, which just like, you need to go and move this box over here. Loading screen. Wait, so I went through like a really massive loading screen to get get another loading screen.
The most annoying subquest for that was the one with all the puzzle with the 3D cubes and all that one, where it had like, the really long chain. You didn't know what was
going on then.
No.
It just seems like they had a vision or whatever. That vision clearly got very lost as development went along. Obviously,
of course it did.
And then also, it was seen that so much energy and time, and not enough time, spent making an engine just work. That there was even less time to worry about making a good game.
What was the biggest thing about Sonic 06 when it came into it? The biggest thing was, it was just simply rebranded as Sonic the Hedgehog, so it's clearly meant to be a new stepping stone into the new generation after Sonic Adventure 2. The other one was the trailer we had at E3, which apparently no one can actually have a clean copy of anywhere at all. Damn them, because I really wanted to make a good point out of that trailer. Where it turned around, it was this big massive thing with Sonic versus Eggman's Robots, and then goes Super. And everybody thought, this is really going to be like the new Sonic 2, isn't it? It's going to be a Sonic-based storyline. Super's going to be available to play anyway and just go through levels, and everybody went into it thinking that it was going to be a big rebranding into the series. It was going to be Sonic playable on its own, Super was going to be available, and blah blah blah. And then everybody's hopes and dreams were shattered when Sonic 06 was Sonic 06. So,
in other words, they hyped themselves up for it.
yeah,
pretty
clearly,
much.
yeah. And I mean, let's be fair, is Sonic 06 where the actual Sonic cycle started? I don't
No.
actually remember. Huh?
It was around that time.
Yeah. But another thing that bothered me about Sonic 6, which isn't necessarily even the game, and I think just added a bitter taste to me, was the whole DLC thing. And I bought some of the DLC, and that quick realization you are buying a tiny file that unlocks content already on your disk. I just remember I don't know how old I was, that just really peed me off. It's like, sure, spend £4, have something you've already got, but we won't let you have yet.
Yeah.
But they learned from that, didn't they? So.
The DLC issue is just spiraling out of control at the moment, though.
Yeah. But on a great note, Sonic Boom tickets are on sale, and apparently Crush 40 and Cash Cats are going to be there.
What's that?
Yay!
See the three of us jump for joy.
Well, let's be fair. I've seen Crush 40 before at SOS, so it's Crush 40. I mean, you know, if they are playing the new if they're playing the new SOS, if they're playing SOS this year, then we're gonna see what the new songs. Hopefully, the 3 new songs they've already teased to the world.
Yeah.
And Cash is
June's a smart cookie. He'll know that that's what we're going to see.
well. Depending on when Sonic 4 Episode 2 out, I imagine June will play some stuff from that as well. But Cash, and do you know what? If they're playing, then people are going to want to see Big Arms and everything else. And there's a part of me that hopes they do well, but there's a part of me thinking that we might get a Julian K out of them where they'll play their own stuff to people that don't know what it is as well.
The difference is Cash's own stuff is actually good.
Never listened to it in my life.
It's alright. It's rather than listen to Julian K swear at some children.
I'm not a massive fan of Cash. Has to be
Right.
said,
I
and
mean,
especially not
like-
live Cash, because I don't think they're that good.
I think the only bit of live Cash I ever saw was the Tokyo Game Show where they brutally destroyed some songs, wasn't it?
Thing is, with
Yeah.
Cash, music's so overproduced. I don't know how they would do that live.
I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
one thing's for certain, no matter what Cash plays or how they're live or anything at Sonic Boom, one thing's for certain, Crush 40 knows how to put on a show no matter where they're at.
Well, Johnny lives up to the crowd, really. Johnny is a very crowd-orientated person.
To be fair, I mean, like, they have such a hardcore Sonic audience that they could go on stage and fart and the fans would just be all over it. So.
This was the big thing, wasn't it? Because the whole reason Julian K didn't play the 2 songs they did is because they did them X amount of years ago. They didn't have enough time to practice while they were on their live gig. And as soon as I heard this, I literally turned around to Sven and I said, they could have played it like shit and the entire room would still have actually sung along with them and not cared.
True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that Julian K, despite their general, I'm not gonna make an opinion on their music style, but they'd probably not want to perform a song badly. They'd rather not perform it at all. I'm gonna imagine that's they would.
Well, yeah, because they're a proper mainstream band to the people that listen to them, aren't they? So.
It's not mainstream. Not that good.
Well, in the little circles they go through, they're more mainstream than say some other things. Yeah,
and it was
cute.
It was cute having to censor all their swearing with Sonic sound effects last year, so that's good.
Well, it didn't take long before Trio got banned by a mod.
Well, he was just spamming the chat, to be fair.
Yeah.
See what it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if they both come to SOS, I mean, Dredd did post on his Twitter, I think, during the week that there's going to be a few SOS announcements coming along the way.
They might announce the venue, so we know where to go.
Yeah.
Well, but frankly, they can announce that Sven's coming because they've not really announced that yet. They've announced the event exists. That's about it.
He gets a red carpet and everything.
I think it's a blue carpet.
Oh yeah,
big
true.
announcement will
Actually,
be that
don't, because I actually looked into getting a blue carpet last year.
I've actually told Sven that if he is going to go up on the stage, then he has to appear like he does in the mainstream Nightmare with a cape and everything.
He probably, trust me, he probably went out immediately after seeing that and bought himself a cape.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it should be noteworthy to mention that we do have indeed some visuals to look at, although a certain people that actually put up the video, and I don't mean Screw Attack, I mean the people who posted it on a certain Sonic site, probably seen this already, because that's where the link is at, to the video, which is where I found it at, but...
This be Rex? No?
Is the site
yes.
Sonic Stadium?
Sure.
Could be not.
Kevin, it's not.
But apparently...
All sites are Sonic Stadium.
But apparently Rouge and Amy were discussed on Screw Attack's worst ever sexy chicks video. I don't know what to make of this.
When it comes down to Amy, I'd really prefer them to take Amy in the direction that the Fleetway comics went. I don't know. She just seems more plausible as a character that way, instead of, oh look, it's another hedgehog, even though it's not blue, it must be Sonic!
All they need to do with Amy now is stop making her sound like Minnie Mouse. That new voice, my goodness, what the hell.
Actually, can I say something about the Amy voice?
Go for it.
From picking the voice to what it currently is, they have tweaked what the voice actor's doing, because it sounded a lot better originally.
Imagine that Sega making something worse.
Yeah, I mean...
They
Meanwhile...
would make very good doctors, Sega. Oh, the patient is getting better! Excellent, excellent! Stick this other lung inside their armpit. Sew it in!
It's not the voice that gets me. The voices I barely... The voices of the characters I barely listen to. It's the way the character acts. You know, it just...
They do seem to have changed that, yeah.
As I said, if you make Amy more like the Fleetway one, when she's more of a badass and really, you know, she's got a fascination with Sonic, but, you know, she's not that into him. You know, it's...
I'd actually agree with that, but flip it and say make it more like Archie.
I don't have... Yeah, but the thing I didn't mention Archie is because I don't read Archie, so I don't know how the Archie characters actually act. Other than Sonic.
She's
Sonic and Sally have the constantly on again, off again relationship thing all the bloody time.
In Archie Land, Amy's pretty much... Amy's like one of the most feared people.
Oh, really?
In terms of Eggman forces, it's like if Amy's there, it's like, oh shoot.
Oh, look. This site looks familiar. I feel like I've seen it before.
Is that the Sonic Stadium?
Sonic Retro.
Rexro?
Retro.
That man has a disgusting bit.
So yeah, I'm just gonna play the part that has where they actually do talk about Rouge and Amy, because I don't really think anyone would want to watch Creed have.
What is up with that guy's face? It literally looks like they put him in a fucking compressor.
Suddenly winning.
Actually, you know what it looks like? It looks like he's just all hair and he's wearing a mask of skin.
Oh my god, it does. Oh, it's terrifying.
That guy's a spy. It's a giraffe in a man suit.
Outside school. Oh no.
It's a giraffe in a man suit. I'm calling it now.
Final scratch.
Hey little boy, do you want some sweets?
Kev, that's
Yes.
got that now.
Don't ever say that.
Jay, you only say that because the last time we offered you sweets, you didn't get any.
Did I? In which case, screw all of you.
I guess while so much more is playing smoothly in the background, but not enough to where everyone can hear us, I guess I should give a shout out to Bentley for a happy birthday. Even if he's not watching.
It's his birthday. Happy birthday, and we can't wait for you to
Yeah, it was earlier in the week. He was 27.
Aww.
This guy we're seeing on this screenshot is very happy about that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's such a creepy smile.
Can we play it? Otherwise I'm gonna leave the call. It's creeping me out.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna stop, gonna pause the music for a moment, because we got video to listen to. Because I'm sure everyone has totally not seen this already, but whatever.
I've not.
Oh, it's gonna be lovely. It really is. Alright, so time to play the video then. Hopefully it sounds...
The absolute worst
fine.
sexy chick is Rouge the Bat. Like,
I totally haven't.
terrible, or she's
So-
terrible. If you think about the character, like, she's like the world's greatest jewel thief, there's way too much implied with that.
Oh, now he's got a box in his
She basically
face.
just looks like those girls who go out on Halloween and they're like,
Being
"I'm gonna be
attacked by
super
someone's head."
cute, but I'm gonna be a very
Oh,
pretty
tits the
girl
Bat.
and still be super sexy. Like, that's exactly what I think of. Like, she looks like a slutty Halloween sorority girl. So not alone in this
She's
opinion.
like the world's
Ben
greatest
especially holds
jewel
the
thief.
same
There's
position
totally
that
too
I
much
do.
implied
There's
with
no
that.
need
What
for
the
it,
fuck
and
are
it
you
makes
on
no
about?
sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean, when you think about it, most of the people playing this game are in
All the time she's speaking, I keep thinking she's gonna go, yeah, sure, whatever.
As a sex symbol.
Notice that they had
It's
him as
almost
Sonic
bad as the
fanboy
fact
at the
that
bottom
they seem to have
just now.
specifically designed
Why don't all the men in
the
this video
dress
look
so
like
they can
slightly
get as
creepy?
many upskirt shots as possible.
Suddenly,
Ron
there's an Amy.
Ben Singer, director of Death Battle.
Now I need to go take
Hey,
a shower.
Bad service.
As I sit here and I ponder life, I wonder what my life would have been.
And then as we hear someone sound very emo-ish, apparently they want to be Shadow. Moving on, I don't know what the hell that was.
Actually, when has there actually been upskirt shots of Amy?
Sonic Adventure.
Because
there was one
he's
that
like,
was
Yeah,
all
I
out.
the only way you could actually do that is in like the adventure games if you
Yeah.
adjusted the camera which you could control.
Yeah.
So their actual reasoning is kind of flawed there.
Welcome to the internet, where everyone has an opinion, and generally their opinion is wrong.
And they get oversensitive about shit, pretty much. I mean, like, how does Amy's looking up Amy's dress have anything? How does that make Amy a horrible sexy chick? It just makes you a pervert.
Also, they've kind of missed the point because Rouge is basically an almost adult character as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy's 12. Pretty much.
Rouge is
Amy's still a teenager. When it comes to ages within the lot, I mean, Rouge is the oldest, isn't she?
17
Oh, is she?
is the oldest female character.
I just now realized it's kind of odd how they're talking about the worst sexy character, worst sexy chicks, when they have a name called Screw Attack. I don't know, I just found that.
The main argument there was that Sonic Team were forcing a character with breasts onto children. And that's a bit like saying, you know, funny enough, any female character of like that age is going to have breasts.
Yeah, it's not like they turn around when
they're gonna have breasts.
It's not like they turn around and force Bayonetta on everyone, is it?
Yeah.
To be fair though, there's a difference between the way they've designed Rouge's boobsicles compared to Amy.
Boobsicles.
With Amy, I guess she does, but you don't really think about it. But Rouge has a fair amount of cleavage for a video game character.
Wasn't there also something else that was mentioned where Rouge, I mean, with the exception of Blazer Cat, Rouge is the most clothed female in a game.
It's true.
Yeah, but it's the point that the only part that isn't clothed is those gigantic knockers.
Correction, the top of those.
Wait,
knockers,
wait, Jay, don't you think Tanner's knockers are not really cloaked that well either?
That's true. But then again, he has been told about that. And he's been told if he continues to do it, he won't be allowed out of the house.
Yeah. We're going to talk about your knockers, Tanner. And I don't care if they're sensitive.
To be fair, grief. People are just oversensitive on the internet.
They are. I mean, I still kind of found it kind of a little bit annoying how they called the guy that was defending Rouge Sonic fanboy, really. Not really offensive, but it's kind of irritating. If they're trying to come off as funny with that, it wasn't really a good effort. Considering it's like, why? I mean, just why call him a Sonic fanboy when all he's doing in the video really is defending Rouge?
To sum up, the internet sucks.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Case solved.
Welcome to the internet. It sucks.
I'm going to launch an internet petition to get the internet banned.
I think governments are doing that already.
Rouge the Bat banned by SOPA. Oh no. God, if that really did happen.
I was thinking SOPA. I thought that was the brand of shoes that was used in Sonic Adventure 2. That's not a SOPA, isn't it? Right?
No.
It's like, why would the shoe manufacturer want to ban the internet? How silly.
Well, let's please not get onto the whole soap and pipper actor bullshit.
Because of the conversation. But I will talk about soap though. Does anyone actually... Are those shoes actually something people use?
Yes, people can still buy them as well. Sonic fans still make a big deal about buying them as well. It's like, I'm going to get some soap shoes, yay! And I'm like, well done. If you've got any more money you want to throw away, give it to me.
Yeah.
I would totally buy those.
I know somebody who wears soap shoes.
Tracker wears soap shoes, doesn't he? Tracker. He went and bought a load of soap shoes.
Fennecook wears soap shoes.
As well, yeah. Aren't they like the same type of shoes with those little wheels in the heel as well?
No. You could grind with them though. But they aren't like Heelys, which I think the ones you're thinking of.
Yeah, Heelys.
You could grind on using them.
Who the hell invented Heelys? I mean, it's just like someone
very
determined to make children. There's someone who was determined to make children even more annoying.
Tanner, I would give you some soap shoes except Silver Sonic with them. And I don't mean the user Silver Sonic. You'll have to defeat Silver Sonic to get your soap shoes, sorry.
Yes, that was what made me rage the other day. The video with Silver Sonic that went up, and it was mentioned Metal Sonic. I nearly actually blew a gasket at that, Jay.
You know what? I wrote it, and then someone pointed it out to me. It says, people are going to kick off. And I thought, let them. It's the internet. Well, you know what? I named it wrong. And guess what? The world hasn't ended. Okay.
Yeah.
But did you monetize that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had people going on there to moan at you, and they were actually making you money.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, not if they skip the adverts.
That is true, damn it. Remember kids, always watch at least 30 seconds of a video advert and then we get paid. You don't even have to click the link.
But you do the ads before the videos, don't you?
Yeah.
Well,
I do
if he actually made a long enough video, he could actually do a pause break in the middle of the actual show and stick an advert there as well. A lot
Some
of
of
things
my
have
I think all my Let's Plays do have a beginning video and a advert break, but not everyone gets to see the advert break.
Tanner, Silver Sonic, Mechatonic, it's the same thing. It's a metal metallic hedgehog that Sonic goes up against in Sonic 2, and he just happens to shoot spikes out of his ass, pretty much. There's no difference.
Well,
Yes, there
Eggman
is.
sitting behind
Do
a
not
window.
start
scrolling.
with me on this situation, son. You will fail.
Yeah.
To be fair, he is Sonic.
Why is the chat singing the Weeble Owls song?
Because they're crazy. Look
I
at my
don't know.
hedgehog. My hedgehog's amazing. Give it a lick.
Video idea.
Too much
So
information.
I'm basically
Too much
monetizing
information.
Jay now.
It's better off not understanding.
So who here? Well, I know the answer. I'm gonna ask anyway. Who here has enjoyed? Because is this year or next year the last season at Alton Towers that they have the Sonic the Hedgehog still?
They're on it.
This
It was
season.
Still,
This
I didn't
season.
even go on it, but it was what it wasn't the spinball ride.
Because I'm going in June for my last time before it becomes something else. What fun! Sonic the Hedgehog roller coaster. Who'd have thought? Even if
Does that
technically,
does that mean they lose the Sonic room as well then?
I guess so.
For all we know, that it's gonna go the same route as what Nickelodeon Studios went. It's gonna become some kind of place for the Blue Man Group, which would actually seem kind of fitting considering it was Sonic and he's blue.
Actually, I have a theory
Go on.
because Rovio are looking at doing a theme park for Angry Birds. I would not be surprised if that somehow gets rebranded as Angry Birds.
Oh God.
I guess you could very loosely theme it like that. You could do either. No, the Sonic room is amazing, even though it's probably it's such a state these days.
Does that taste like raisins?
And the Sonic coaster, yay! Which admittedly was just the old coaster repainted and a Sonic statue stuck out front playing Seaside Hill on a loop, but
Is that better, Massimo? You told me you can't hear my voice over the music.
I can't read the chat for the caps locks.
So many caps locks.
There is so
No,
many
it's not
caps.
that I ran out of news, just that, we have a lot to talk about.
There wasn't a lot of news this week. It was a very, 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 very slow news week.
Yeah. But speaking of news, I guess I may as well mention it while we're at it. Sonic Virtual Console Wii games are being removed in Japan only.
I'll be fair, I didn't look at this, but is it quite possibly the classic games?
I believe it is, yeah.
So, it's the games which are available on every other console anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
what I don't get is why bother taking them off. Unless
Because
it costs
it's-
big money to have.
Money to have them up.
Well,
not-
not only that, because if you turn around and say, we are removing this option, the people that want it, because it's the same with everything, there's probably stuff on Xbox that is there that I want, but as soon as there was a global announcement saying, we're removing it, I'll be like, oh my god, panic, must buy. People do that.
Halo, this is actually a different group I'm using for this specific Skype call. Not the Sonic Paradox group. This is an entirely different group.
Think of it as an exclusive club. you aren't in it. Ah, so true.
Yeah, this is an entirely different group I made just for this call.
jealous much?
Yeah. Indeed.
Hey, I can talk to Jay. I haven't talked to Jay in forever.
Ever. Have I ever talked?
No. we traded emails at one point. That was it.
Maybe.
Oh well, Pete, Jamie, Pete. There we go.
Hi.
Most important news, of course, is my upcoming wedding. Just taking the internet by storm.
Shameless plugging.
Those people that know you and aren't invited are throwing up a shitstorm, aren't they?
Yes. And it is probably going to depress a lot of people because I've only got 2 people going that are actually from the community, and there is a lot. It's heavily Sonic.
One is Kevin, one is Kevin,
and it's heavily Sonic.
I'm gonna keep doing this because it embarrasses you.
Shut up. It's heavily Sonic influence, but only those 2 people will get the references. So it seems a bit wasted, but it'll make me happy.
That's fair enough.
Big Sonic wedding, how sad. It's gonna be epic. And of course it'll be live streamed. No way.
You're gonna live stream your wedding?
I have a webcam set up at the back.
As long as the webcam stays at the wedding, I don't want to see what goes on the wedding night. I'll be fair.
And as long as
That's
the topic
when it goes pay-per-views.
and as long as the topic of the wedding doesn't turn out to be about a elderly person that's sitting in the audience blocking our view of you, I don't think you'll have a problem.
Well, I'm not joking.
If you see an old man who's an usher, I'd start worrying.
Yeah.
That's Tim. When we spoke to the DJ for the wedding, and he says, "Is there any songs I won't have that you want me to have in my set list?" And I did give him a song called "They Call Me Sonic," so I'm looking forward to that in the evening reception.
Is that your first dance?
Yeah. Bentley Jones version. We slow dance the Bentley Jones version at the beginning. So yeah, amazing. No one cares about that. Amazing.
So yeah.
To be fair, the people that call up a shitstorm about not going to your wedding, I get the same thing with all the small little things that, you know, I organise as well. I mean, the one that's coming up recently is I'm planning a big birthday thing up in June, and I haven't even got the second wave of invites out for that thing, and people are going, "Where's my invite?"
Where is my invite?
Shut up.
Oh.
You can have one as soon as Sven decides to actually accept his for being part of the birthday brigade.
Who's he a sub for?
Huh? No, it's my birthday's on the 23rd of June, and it's
which I only realised like yesterday.
What? That my birthday's on the 23rd of June?
Why do we even bother celebrating Sonic's birthday when Pete's birthday is clearly more important?
You do realise I made a big note about this at the after party of SOS last year.
I say last year you get.
I think your mistake there, Pete, is assuming that I was at the after party.
Well, the thing is that Sven made it a big point saying, "It's my birthday," and I'm like, dude, mine was yesterday.
I swear, more effort in terms of community graphics from his side went into that than there was.
But no, basically because it's my birthday on the 23rd, and it's like Sven's and a couple of other friends on the 30th, I've turned around and gone, right, on my birthday we're going to go and do bowling and laser quest. And it's like I'm waiting for Sven to like accept his invite before I get some more out, because then it's like all the birthday people can invite people. And Sven's being a giant gay.
Is this Portsmouth 3?
No.
No, it's not.
This is,
okay.
No. Portsmouth 3 is August.
Alright.
No. This is.
So normally right about now.
I'll be fair, Jay. You have not seen the shenanigans I've had to deal with for invites for that thing. The second one was horrendous. Really was. I literally turned around and went, "Fuck it," this time. And I think Kev saw it. There was a fucking shitstorm on Twitter that night, wasn't there?
Yes.
When is there not a total shitstorm on Twitter?
Because it's
Yeah,
something
but
that
they
goes
didn't
down.
also the normal, and it was a bit ridiculous.
The biggest thing about some of these meetups is that although it's, and I don't think a lot of people understand it, is that people have friends within certain communities, but then when it comes down to certain meetups, it's not a Sonic meetup, it's a meetup of friends that are in one community, and people are like, oh, why can't I go? It's like, shut up. No one's interested.
That's always been the point. That's always been the point with the Operation Portsmouth stuff, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because it's us, and yet we do a couple of Sonic-related things, but it's more about us actually getting together, having a laugh as friends.
Yeah,
Which
with
is like you don't get to do enough.
Exactly. How often does it happen? I mean, no offense to people that organise the Sonic London stuff. It's good, but at the end of the day, it's too much of a clusterfuck. At the end of the day, and there's too many people there that just want to talk Sonic, and it's like, I mean, when I went to the last one, I literally sat down with Lewis at the bar and we were just drinking while everybody else went and played bowling. And people were just coming over to us while we were just talking. It was just like, well, I don't want to talk Sonic, I want to talk stuff with people I know. But no, there will be more of the birthday invites going out. I mean, Kev's not even invited to this yet. Certain other people aren't invited because it's literally just getting invites to certain people first for the birthdays, and then once you are literally waiting.
I wasn't going to say anything.
You are literally waiting on Sven to accept this thing before I send invites out. Literally. Oh my god. I like this. Yeah. Is Halo actually just playing a game with the chat where he's just clearing it and letting people go first?
I think he is. He is.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna bother to try to understand this game. It's
not you in the chat. Who else is a moderator in the chat? Let's have a look.
I can actually check too. Let me see.
Cyberlink, Dr. Fox, Halo, Sonic Sega Fan, and the Wax. Oh, the Wax is in the chat. Interesting.
Yeah.
Where's the Wax? Make me videos.
You hear that, Wax?
Videos.
You hear that, Wax? A guy that has a dildo for a controller wants you to make him videos.
What?
I don't recall this. I'm pretty certain that wasn't me. It must be you, dude.
This avatar. Oh, Sega Genesis.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
That never clicked. Oh, of course, I see it now. I always thought it was some sort of recorder or something. Oh my god.
Oh god. Wax just made a series of dots as a reply.
Now he's never going to make videos for us now. Do you think they're just a weird man with dildo? They're not. Most of the time.
Oh, that was great timing. And Kulu comes in. I joined where SSF said, and he had a dildo for a controller.
Yeah, we are all Wax and Whack.
I was thinking only. I think there's only two people in the community who are the something, and one's the Wax and one's Taxman because he's the Taxman.
Oh, man.
No, he's an idiot.
You have to be elite.
Sorry, no. The Taxman is an idiot. He's an idiot. I don't care. He ruined my childhood. I don't care anymore. He ruined my fucking childhood.
It's alright, Pete. It's alright.
Do you ever wonder how we all come up with these just stupid names? Why Discoponies?
Well, how did you come up with Discoponies then? Come on, let's have a little trip down memory
let's have
lane.
origin stories.
Here we go again.
I can't remember. Genuinely, I've told the story before and I can't remember it.
Were you at disco dressed as a pony?
No.
Cosplaying in a disco.
Alright then. Kev, how did you come up with Archangel UK? Because I don't even know this one.
If you have to go back to before Sonic Rex existed, on its parent site, kevskingdom.com, there was a character that I created called Archangel. Who was somebody who did attempted to do a practical joke on me. I caught them, and then I basically sort of banished them to this dungeon where I got them to do sort of grunt work for me. And Archangel was a sick bastard. He really was. He ate rats and killed. Generally regaled you with a story about how he killed somebody once.
Low maker.
Including trapping them in between elevator doors and things like that. I've probably still got this thing somewhere.
Much like yourself, then, Kev.
Wow.
But it was there's some dark story, but it was quite sort of black humour guy, and I just decided to keep that name. And then there was a Archangel USA guy coming up, but people often joke about there's an Archangel USA. Well, actually there was, and I couldn't get Archangel obviously at Hotmail, so I did Archangel UK, and that was available, so that kind of stuck. No one calls me Archangel UK anyway. Everyone calls me AAUK.
It's easier.
I just call you Kevin.
Yeah, same here.
That's your name.
Everyone, I've sort of gone away. It was interesting actually when I was doing the Square stuff, because I was still AAUK, but I spelt it like EHE. It was like AA. So EHEHEWKAY.
That's creative, though.
I mean,
it's stuck. So I got it. People are like, what does that mean? I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you. Figure it out.
My goodness. So,
I wonder if I've got the old Archangel stories somewhere. I must have. Must be on the old Kev Kingdom drive somewhere.
See, I was going to make a black humour joke about how Kev just got people to make work for slave labour and then called it Sonic Rex, but I didn't think it'd go down too well.
So,
I can't remember how my name came about. There used to be a site called Discoponies.co.uk, and we used to make. It was a group of us, when we used to make shitty videos. God, how that's going. I took the name of the site on as my own persona, and then I turned into a big gay horse.
wow.
And then you made a Flash cartoon that millions around the world watched about big gay horses.
That's on my other channel. On YouTube.
Oh
no.
It's late in the UK, but come on.
We had enough trouble on the Sonic Show as it is when we were talking about Eclipse Cannon X BioLizard.
So how did your catchy name come about? SSSSF 1900. It's not catchy.
My screen name was kinda. It was just the reason why SSF was kinda just the shorter name, the full version of my name, which you see, right here. It's technically SS7 921 is the shorter version of Sonic Sega Fan 921, which is totally original.
You were born in the year 1991, perchance, were you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I just decided. Everyone just started calling me SSF because, well, it just sounded more original. So, and it was easier to say. So I decided. You know what, I'd prefer if everyone called me SSF more than Sonic Sega Fan 1991, just simply because SSF sounds more original, for one thing. It sounds, it's a fucking improvement. It's like if, it's kind of like what they did with Sonic CD, except I'm not even going to go anywhere with that. I lost my track of I don't know why I'm comparing myself to Sonic CD, but fuck it.
And that's my cue to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 3 AM over here.
It is really late over here.
And Pete and Kevin just stay awake all night, so it's fine for them.
Oh no, actually, because I need to get up early anyway to go out and get a registered letter so I can come home and get a brief sleep before I have to speak to somebody in Russia.
Well, to be fair, there really isn't that much time left we're gonna have in the show anyway. Like, there's only a couple more things to talk about, like, and then that will be it, show, so. But if you truly can't really stay awake, that's fine.
I'll hang around.
Alright. I'm just, is this the favor I'm getting for letting you put guests in this show, okay?
Letting me... I'm glad you're doing me that huge favour. I owe you one next time.
Yeah. But basically... Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sure what you were talking about was more important. What I was going to talk about wasn't really.
I said, go on. What else is there?
Well, to be fair, normally by now I would be doing a segment intro for the week ahead, which is pretty much what's going to happen. Something that's going to happen within the next 7 days. But considering we're having such an oh so lovely conversation right now, I don't think there really is a need for that. Basically, the week ahead, it's April Fool's Day coming up next Sunday, and among those will be an April Fool's edition of the SonicNews Show. What's going to happen is, pretty much I'm just going to be talking about any latest Sonic news, of course, but the main thing is going to be about any of the oh so lovely pranks that are going to be seen from the various Sonic sites.
You're not meant to tell them.
Who said they would know what the pranks are? That's the thing. What will the pranks be? Ooh, for all you know, it may not be a prank at all.
I'm telling you now, I'm not bothering.
Yeah.
I really am not. I will be like a day after moving, so.
My April Fool's is I'm going to upload an actual high quality, well thought out video rather than the usual crap.
My April Fool's is actually I'm going to wake up.
Well, it's actually kind of fitting that we have Kevin and Pete here for Sonic Rex, considering Sonic Rex has got something else that's supposedly returning on April Fool's Day, and I think I know...
It's not going to be uploaded on April Fool's Day. No way.
But it will be live, I believe.
No, it's not even being streamed, mate. It's being recorded, and then I'm going to be spending about 2 weeks between starting my new job and editing the file.
Not that.
Yeah, that's not going to be That's not going to be streamed live or anything else. That is going to be personally recorded.
Oh, it's not going to be on Radio Sega.
No,
he's not Pete Clute. He's not talking about that.
I have no idea what he's going on about.
Radio Redo is returning, actually.
Oh, that
Radio what?
You work for Sonic Rex.
Radio Redux. I forgot about that.
Redux, yeah.
You know what? I may just call the first episode that, just for the hell of it. Yes, Radio Redux is returning on Sunday, April 1st, so long as my PC holds out, because it is now in need of being completely redone.
Again, I won't be there for that either, so I don't know why it bothers me.
Well, considering you're part of Sonic Rex, yet you couldn't even remember about Radio... that show. You could not remember Radio...
I've been so busy in the last week. I actually read the news post like this afternoon, and I actually said to myself, is Kev pulling an early April Fool's prank?
Well, if my computer decides to, stack in-page stack error, blue screen of death, oh crap, your hard drive is failing in the middle of the show, then I probably won't be doing the show. But it'll just be me.
I bet it's breaks the week after or something, isn't it?
Depending upon me having to buy a new hard drive and reinstall everything that I possess, which I know I do.
Is it still at 7 o'clock? Hopefully, I think.
Yes, 7 o'clock PM.
which is
On the Radio Sega.
which is 2
Would be
p.m.
2 o'clock Eastern, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 2
think.
p.m. my time. Yeah.
I believe so.
Well, that depends, because we've just had our clocks go back. I'm not sure if the Americans have their silly timescales, so...
Yeah. But
Oh, no, it's true. Yours go back on different days, don't they?
our daylight savings are 2 weeks apart, which totally does not cause a whole crapload of hell whenever you're trying to right in
Well, what
between.
time- Is it 10 p.m. Eastern at the moment?
Yeah,
Then yeah, it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern. Then.
yeah. But yeah, Radio Redux is returning once again. 'Cause I'm sure we're gonna have you guys are gonna at least it's getting a nice good plugging. I mean, I was
Kev, are you actually going to finally give out the last year's or the year before's Rex results?
Well, on the basis that see, on the original post that was being written before my computer died, I did specifically mention that. But episodes, not the first episode, but the second episode, we will deal with the Rex Factor 2010 results on the basis that we have substituted the 2 judges that didn't bother to give us the scores and replaced them with Mr. Andy.
Fall Guy
So-
91.
So you'll finally find out who wins. But that'll be one of the things that will be done with episode 1 is to remind people of the people who are actually in that that competition and what their songs sound like.
And then you tell people about Rex Factor 2012 and they can start recording, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much actually. I tend to get people to say, you start doing stuff now. Because we didn't have one as a result of that. We didn't have one at the end of
Last year.
last series. That was the first time for goodness knows how long that we haven't.
Stuff happens.
why do I get a feeling in the pit of my stomach that the very first guest that the show will be getting for this season will be Jay's empty bowl of ice cream? I don't. Why do I get this, why do I get the feeling that Jay's
I'm sure it'll appear on the Sonic Show YouTube channel at some point, and then near the end, for about half a second, my face will appear on it or something.
Is Jay going to sing a Rex Factor song?
Is Jay's in Blake? Yeah,
No, Jay is in Jamie.
I don't know. He should do.
He shouldn't really, should he?
You should do.
No.
Maybe I'll do a poll and make people.
No, because then I'd feel obliged to if they all said yes.
No, you
Exactly.
You'd
That's
say
what
you're
I
on the internet, your opinion is invalid.
But to be fair, if they all ganged up together, I'd do it. I'd cheat somehow, but I'd do it.
You'd make an entertaining music video to go with it.
No, because if Kevin posted on his site, "Do you want Jay, aka Discoponies, to sing a song?" the general response is, "Who?"
I
That
don't.
dude,
But that's to Sonic Rex and not to you.
Oh no! Not that very few people know who I am.
Well, considering Sonic Paradox and the Sonic Show have a really good relationship, I mean, when I can tell Sonic Paradox is athletes with the Sonic Show. I mean, even the
No.
yeah, even the graphic.
I went on the Sonic Paradox website today and looked at the affiliates and saw my logo. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I better put one on my site too.
I think it's been there for a while now.
It's like the old logo from 2008.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry,
People
guys.
still use the original Sonic Rex buttons from 2004,
You have new
which
buttons?
is bonkers.
It's funny we have someone named Alucard in the chat, considering I believe Alucard is been confirmed for Sonic 4 Episode 2. I believe he's going to be in that castle zone that everyone just loves. In case no one knows who Alucard is, he's a Castlevania character.
Oh, that Alucard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was the best description I could give.
Could have just said Castlevania.
There's that the name of that one of that those acts, the zones in the Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Sylvanian Family's Castle Zone.
Yeah, Castle. Let's see, Sylvania Castle Zone or something like that.
No, it's Sylvanian Family Castle.
Yeah.
We've already established this. That it's full of small shrews in gingham frocks. That's the entirety of that level.
Isn't next Friday the big Sonic 4 reveal type thing that isn't stupid concept art next Friday?
Well, they've given it 2 weeks grace, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but we didn't get anything this week, did we?
Yeah, no, they said we wouldn't get anything this week.
Yeah, but we get it next week, and it's a video or something, isn't it?
Why bother? Apparently it's leaked on the internet and people are playing it, so...
I've got to say though, if they're playing it and it's exactly the same as this other footage, very, very clearly the entire thing is automated.
It's on rails.
It's on rails, people have a massive problem with it.
I can't wait for it to come out and everyone to hate it.
Hey, I didn't hate Sonic 4 Episode 1. I did not have any of the issues that anybody mentioned at all. I just played the game and I enjoyed it.
I like Sonic.
That's what people should do. Play a fucking game and enjoy it.
Like I do. I just play a game because it's fun.
They can't because everyone feels entitled, so...
Entitled wankers. Yes, you can tell it's 3 o'clock. I'm swearing profusely.
Hi, kid.
I kind of feel like I was doing that this whole time anyway, so...
Maybe.
maybe not, but yeah. I'm gonna probably keep what I mentioned in the Skype chat quiet, so that way it doesn't spoil anything, if it ever does happen. Nothing like...
I know Kevin's mentioned something along the lines, it all depends on getting certain programs set up for it, so...
Yeah, like I said, if he ever needs one, like, it doesn't have to happen immediately if he does want one. It was just something there to take note of, if need be. But anyway, never mind my oh so wonderful tutorial demands of appearing in shows of my own. Well, not merely my own, but of other people, because, you know, it's about time I got in just as many shows as Kevin did, which was every one of them. There's really not much else to talk about other than, apparently, Sonic Paradox is going to have a TF2 and a Minecraft server coming soon. On an unrelated note, not really gonna be out immediately, but
It's gonna have it soon, TM.
Oh man, I don't think it's that would be that bad, Jay. But I don't know. Like I said, not many of you guys I know do play TF2. I know Tracker TD plays TF2.
I haven't played TF2 since we all stopped playing TF2 a very long time ago.
Yes, we got TF2.
We got super bored, and I don't play Minecraft because Terraria is better.
I love
quite clearly.
Pete, that's full of lies. Take it all back.
What? You prefer Minecraft to Terraria?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm right.
Oh. Sorry for doubting you, oh grand magnificent J. Whatever was I thinking?
Now that's corrected.
Random string quotes right there.
Worshipful, magnificent J.
Yes.
I don't get enough praise.
It's because I don't talk to you enough, clearly. No one else would call you Grand Magnificent Vizier of all Sonic Shonus.
No, Kevin calls me just horrible things.
Jay, am I going to expect you camping out in the Minecraft server?
Didn't you clearly say, Kev, that Jay was the one behind your fanatic Twitter follower?
No, I suggested it lightly, as that was that was a logical guess if it was Jay having a laugh. I didn't mind if it was Jay having a laugh. But it wasn't Jay having a laugh. It was somebody being weird.
Well, I can say for certain it definitely wasn't me, and the fact they've stopped posting isn't because I've forgotten the password.
Wow. Wow.
So whatever.
Jay, why do I get the feeling you're going to camp out in the Minecraft server Sonic Paradox will have?
It's Minecraft!
It's Minecraft, buddy. I expect him to camp out in that server like crazy. Never leaving.
What you're going to do is you're going to walk around and you're going to see giant dildos and golden penises and diamond penises and every other kind of penis.
Look forward to it. I will camp out there almost as much as I camp outside Kevin's window. So.
Oh God.
Does he know where you're moving to, Kev?
Probably.
Didn't you send me a message? Or did it not have your address?
I sent everybody a
I
message.
got that, didn't I? Yeah, no, I got that message, didn't I?
Yeah. Jamie was kind enough to actually text me and go, thanks. And no one else said anything.
Well, considering that I've never sent anything to your now address, I was just like, oh, I've got someone's address that I'll never send anything to. And if I need to talk to them, I'll do what a normal person would do. I'd phone them!
Actually, in all seriousness, have you got that parcel yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for mine. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Still too large to fit through the letterbox.
Yeah, with all that talk about April Fool's Day and TF2 and servers and Jay being near Kevin's window, that'll do it. Actually, that'll do it with the show. So yeah, this went for a lot longer than I expected, but hey, we had a lot of fun.
Off-topic rambling for the win.
Yes, a lot of off-topic rambling for the win.
This is what happens when you invite me. I just apparently bring off-topic rambling.
I'm not any better, really. Like, I'm not any better. But we did have fun. I mean, and having fun is half the battle. G.I. Joe. I know I screwed that up. Fuck it. I'm tired. But yeah. I don't know, Mac. I think it's better off we just end the show because we do have some British people here, and they do have some sleep, and I get the feeling that if Kevin doesn't get to sleep, he's gonna have dreams of Jay being out on his window, giving very unusual faces every night.
Make sure you get the right room because one of them's going to be very empty now.
Yeah. So yeah, I do thank Kevin and Pete and Jay for being here. I don't think I've had 30 viewers. I think 30 viewers is a new attendance record for the Sonic News Show. I will say
we did little news.
Yes.
Also Anarchy Reigns, Bayonetta's going to be in it. There you go. There's a nice bit of news.
Wow. There you guys go. And on that note, thank you to Kevin Archangel UK here. Kevin Archangel UK. I'm gonna get this right. Kevin Archangel.
You're welcome.
Ava.
I'm just saving you.
Thank you for Ava.
It was you. It was you who was the account, Pete. Oh, it's all clear now.
Clearly, I don't have the time to do something like that, let alone be an internet
You said you were busy, and now it's stopped.
I don't know anymore.
The evidence points that way.
But yeah, thanks to Kevin Archangel UK, Ava. Thanks to TitansCreed, Pete, TitansCreed for being here.
Hello.
And thanks to a pony for being here. No. Thanks to
ponies.
Yes.
Thanks, ponies.
Thanks to Jay Discoponies for being here. And yes, I will plug it for him. Stay tuned for the Sonic Show on April Fool's Day at 8 p.m. UK for Sonic 4 Episode 1 J Edition, where it'll take like the entire night to finish Sonic 4 Episode 1. And cool dude, I was not the one that banned you. Just saying. But yeah, I guess I'll see all you guys that have been guest starring some either in the Sonic Show stream or on Skype or in Pete's case. I won't mention, but he knows what I'm meaning.
Yeah. Yeah. In a week, kinda. 5 days.
This Saturday for
5
something.
days.
This Saturday for something. You guys will know what it is eventually. I don't know if Kevin's aware of it.
I don't know when. A month, maybe.
Yeah.
Some point.
Some Saturday in December, 2012.
December 2013. Mark it in your calendars.
Yes. it'll be, it'll guest star the Mayans. You never know.
Good to Calzin.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll see all of you that have been watching next week, actually, because there is, like I said, the April Fool's Day edition of the Sonic News Show. Sonic News Show. I almost said the Sonic Show. Why did I make my damn title unintentionally similar to Jay's? I will never know. The Sonic News Show, the April Fool's Day edition, will be 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 p.m. UK, so I think it's pretty much confirmed that probably this summer I'm going to do a time change and bring the Sonic News Show a few more hours earlier, so that way at least you guys don't have to worry about sleep, But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you probably next Sunday, and those my guests, our guests here, I will see you at some point. And Jay, please don't go near my windows. I don't care how far away I am. Do not go near my windows. They're too foggy anyway. They're too foggy anyway. You wouldn't be able to see anything.
Anyway, peace out.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Have a great night or morning or whatever you are. I'm just gonna shut up now.
End it. End it.
Take care, everyone.
And no suffering.
Later, guys.